I was like,
hello, guys. So today we're doing another one of our podcasts. So we're going to do this one a little different. So we have 3 short kind of stories that we want to mention before we talk about our main topic. So one of the first things I have to mention is that on Tuesday, we have an event coming up. We're having our second general meeting. It's going to be at... Yo, I'm so dumb. How I forget the room number. Okay. It's Tuesday the 19th, meaning this coming Tuesday, in room 1.65. We're going to have food because we know everybody only comes for food.
What kind of food?
Love that.
I don't even remember. Well, we have food. We have food.
But Chinese food, pizza food,
Nah.
like Italian food?
I think it's burgers, sandwiches, french fries, stuff like that.
All right, I'll come.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, better.
He said, okay, I'll come.
Okay. So, first things first, I'm sure almost everybody heard about this, but I need people's reactions because I couldn't fucking stop laughing when I heard this bullshit.
Who else would say the alphabet? And there's always that piece of the alphabet that little kids to this day still kind of clump together.
Because that's how it is. It's elemental P. There's no other way to say it.
Just don't.
So M-N-O-P has always been people's problems, like growing up.
Yeah. So what Michaela's referring to is apparently there's a new alphabet song.
Yep.
That,
They slowed down.
They slowed it down.
But,
Broke it up. So
but because they messed with the elemental P part,
It
they
sounds
fucked
stupid.
up the entire rest of the
I
song.
would say the
sounds
elemental P
very
makes the whole
uncomfortable.
song.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Like, if you don't know the letters, it's L-M-N-O-P. I'm sorry, but you don't know
Yeah,
what to do.
so here's what the new one sounds like. Where the fuck is my audio?
Please excuse us for the language.
Yo, nothing wants to work for me today.
Shit keeps falling off.
Leave it alone. U P W.
Okay, so
So, because Kevin jumped in, I'm gonna let him speak, but you know what?
so
Yo, your face, though. I'm sorry.
so
Like-
my reaction, because this is the first time I heard this video. So, what was that garbage? All right, our kid's gonna be retarded in the future. It's over. Nope.
My thing is, when I heard that version, like the chopping up, it made me have to re-say the alphabet in my head because I felt like they said it wrong.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's a part of me that was like,
It was like, wait, they missed a letter. When I
we heard it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
They missed a letter.
I was so caught off guard just now.
And
Oh, I was like, what?
Nah.
V-W-X.
I'm still stuck on U.
Yeah.
V.
Like N-O.
W.
No, don't do this to the alphabet. All right.
wait, who gave this man the right to do this though?
Yo, time out. How much views this got?
I don't know. There's
How
like
much
7.
dislikes did it get?
That's a good question too.
Look at the thumbs down number.
Better be more.
When was this post?
1.1K thumbs up. 12K thumbs down.
I love it. I love it.
This specific video that I have pulled up was published on October 2019.
That's really...
That's really recent.
Imagine they start using that to actually teach little kids though.
Well,
Oh my
I'm teaching my
God.
kids the hip-hop version.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They gonna...
Let me just...
Wait, there's another version?
There's mad versions of ABCs. That's how kids...
I ain't never know.
I always heard the standard A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. That's the one I've always known.
Wait, time out. Does anyone know the Chinese food one?
No.
What Chinese food one?
All right.
Wait, no, just give us the synopsis. Of it.
All right.
Not
So you know when
saying
you...
food, but be very
No,
careful.
so you know when you order Chinese food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And you give your address, you're like, okay, is that C for cat? D for dog?
Oh,
Like that?
wait. No.
They always say, after you say the letter, they say, oh, is it A for this type of thing?
That's
Or
what mad people say, though.
Nah, I hear only for
Mad
China.
people say that.
Yeah,
Nah.
like T as in Tom. or
Literally,
something like
I've
that.
only heard it whenever I order Chinese food.
I've
Literally.
never-
And then they do
pronounce
it with the M and N too, like M as in
Oh,
man.
wait.
And then B and
Let me
D.
just-
B
let
as
me
in
time out,
boy.
time out.
We're gonna
Wait.
talk about actual Chinese
No,
food.
I actually have to say this.
Me too.
for any of the Chinese folks out there, I'm not saying this is about you, okay? This is only when I order Chinese food in America.
In your neighborhood. Yo,
Rocky, where's this hip hop version?
I'm finding some. That's trash.
I never heard of the hip hop version. Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
I would understand if this alphabet song was used for like mentally challenged students.
That's
Like,
different.
But if you're trying to use this for the whole class,
Nah.
No, I'm gonna have some.
the kids gonna be like,
Watch this, watch this.
I'm teaching the
Fire.
the same thing that I learned.
no.
My kids are gonna know elemental P.
My question is this: I never considered that a problem, like LMNOP. It's always a
That's
flow.
how I know.
It was a flow.
First of all, I'm 20 years old and I still sing the song in my head. When I
Hell
need to.
yeah.
That's facts.
Now, what if I gotta sing it that way? I'm L.
If I try singing it that way, I'm gonna get lost.
You wanna know how I learned? I'm on the 17 bus, right?
You learned this
On the B17 because you go by Avenue A, B. That's how I learned my alphabets. All right.
You didn't go to school. You was taught on the streets. That's what you was taught.
Hey, I know how to say LMNO. Oh shit. Oh man.
See, Kevin needs the song. That's what he
No,
needs.
that song fucked me up just now. All right.
All right, well, my thing is not annoying because I can't find the video that's in my spam page.
Is it like somebody rapping it?
You looking for the good
No.
rap one or like a random rap one?
No, there was actually a random rap one. Like,
Oh.
So.
Is it with the guy?
That's very specific.
but then the one I'm trying to look for instead of that now is like a singing one by, I think it's Aretha Franklin. I'm not sure.
Aretha Franklin had a version?
Oh.
ABC song?
Elmo Street had a lot of guests on there.
You saw everybody.
Did you just call it Elmo Street?
What was it called?
Sesame Street!
She said Elmo Street.
Wait, talking about. We're all almost bad for that because we were about to let her get away with that. All right.
It is what it is.
Elmo Street. Oh,
What you mean almost let her get away? I said something about
You were the only one. Everyone's
But
gonna be like,
honestly, Sesame sidetrack.
uh-huh.
Elmo was a star of that show.
That's
Hell
facts.
yeah.
So we
We
could
lived for
fuck-
Big Bird.
What you
Yeah,
talking
Big
about?
Bird,
Cookie
Kiss
Monster.
Bird.
Nah,
Alright.
it was only Cookie Monster,
Cookie
Ernie,
Monster.
and Elmo.
No,
But Elmo was a star.
Ernie and Bert together.
Ernie and his gay lover. You
Nobody cared
forgot?
about Bert.
Ernie and Bert
Excuse
were
me?
gay couple, fight me!
His gay
Very
lover
sad.
mattered.
They confirmed it.
They
They
confirm
did?
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes!
They were, even though they're sleeping in two separate beds, so I don't know what they was doing, but maybe it was an angry gay
It
couple.
was a family
You
show.
could have
Are you
been.
sure it was
It was an
Aretha
unloved
Franklin?
gay couple.
Maybe
And
every time
not
we saw
Patti
them, they were in a
LaBelle?
fight. We
Was
never
it?
know.
Wait, what?
Hold on.
What's this?
Of course, it has to be a fucking ad, because when doesn't YouTube do ads?
Excuses for the language. Okay.
You've been cursing since podcast.
All right, Chrissy, you better get it right now.
The hell's this?
Patti LaBelle on
Yes,
Sesame
that's one
Street.
version I'm looking
Girl,
for.
you got your black musicians mixed up. She said Aretha Franklin. Oh my god, yo, I'm feeling this.
No lie, I think I saw this on Facebook the other day.
Yes, Patty.
Okay, no! See that? We need to stop it there. She did the elemental P, so I'm good with it.
Yo,
So she's from, she's from the old generation, the right generation.
Okay, but still,
Okay?
this whole new L, M,
Maybe because, I don't know.
N,
He had no rhythm.
O.
Do you realize
Well-
our generation is the dumbest generation? That's why.
Hold on,
Okay.
we're getting
Off
out
that.
Well, and
We're-
That's a different conversation.
We are doomed.
Kevin's
Okay.
separate from the rest of us, though. He's the eldest in the room, so.
I'm in
By a
this
year.
generation. I want to put that in
Yeah,
there.
we
so
still-
Oh, man, we
it
the
don't really
dumbest,
matter.
alright?
It don't really matter. We all millennials, so
No,
No, we're not.
we're not.
No.
Don't be saying false information on
Hold
the
on,
airwaves.
wait.
We are.
No, we're not. We're not. We're not millennials.
Millennials is from 90.
Our parents are millennials.
We're not millennials.
So why the fuck?
Gen Z is
Gen
my
X?
brother's age.
What the fuck is Gen Z? See, I'm
That's
Gen
Gen
Z.
Z. No, it's not like it's
Two-
generation
I don't
X.
know.
That's like 2000.
After
So you mean this whole time people be like, y'all millennials always
We
so-
are
so
Because it
millennials.
depends who
We
you
are.
ask.
No, we're
Some
not.
millennials
No, we're
are
not.
1995 after, but then
Exactly.
if you categorize
Okay.
it is like every 4 years or something like that, it's different.
This is the breakdown. Baby boomers
Yes.
are 1944 to
Yeah,
1964.
They're the old people that
Gen X.
Yo,
Gen X.
savage.
They don't, what you say?
This gotta go now.
Gen X
No, Queen
is
Elizabeth.
1965 to 1979.
Gen what?
Gen X.
What website are you using?
I'm using Kasasa.com. Gen X, then it's Gen Y, or the millennials, are 1980 to 1994. Gen Z is 1995 to 2015. We're Gen Z. We're not millennials.
You're a millennial?
But
No,
our generation,
Yeah, I was
our
thinking
generation still.
I'm saying we're Gen Z.
It does, but still.
So what's after Gen Z?
it's about
Yeah,
1996.
right.
Because it depends on what website you
1995.
use.
Because my uncle was born
But
what
a lot of
83.
websites says that.
Yo, we're getting off
Yeah,
topic.
yeah.
We're getting off topic. All right?
Okay.
Really
okay.
are.
Okay. Anyway, in other news, did y'all know that Instagram is taking away our likes now?
I fully support that.
What's it gonna be? Just
What is the
nothing?
No,
point of
so,
it? Is it like a
I
Tumblr
guess-
thing where you just scroll now? You just
Yeah, I guess
run
like
through
there's still you can still double tap and like it, but you won't see how many likes that person will have.
Well,
on
the
that
person's
photo.
how many likes they have.
The person will see it on their
But other
account,
people,
but
like,
you won't
one
see. Yeah,
Wow.
Oh no, see, like
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
Is it really that big of a deal though?
yes.
Wait,
For
I
somebody
want.
that use Instagram, like
Yeah,
there's different type of people. Like there's people that now use it for like business and shit. That's why they're taking away those likes. So they're
Yeah.
like, okay, the people that are getting 1 million followers and 1 million likes, those are the people that want to be Instagram influencers and get outfits.
Exactly.
And people are paying between the promoter and the person. They're not paying Instagram.
Mhm.
Instagram's way of doing this is they're like, okay, if you want to see your likes, you want other people to see that,
You gotta
you gotta
pay
pay
for it.
Instagram.
You
Just
want
have people see that.
basically, and I think Nicki Minaj said it. She was like, "It's bad because like especially people who own businesses and they need those likes to sell products and stuff. You won't see how
That's the
many
whole point
likes
of the
they're
business.
getting, and you won't know how good
Right,
their
because
business
you
is
don't
doing."
know what product it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what if the product is bad? You don't know because you can't see the number of likes.
Then there's
But
casual
there's
people that
comments
just
and
use
stuff?
Instagram.
And then
That's me.
for me, I'm
Yeah.
petty as fuck. If a certain person likes something, I won't want to like that. So
Yeah,
I like being petty like that. And now I can't do this.
I feel like they are testing it next week, so everybody's Instagram, I think, profiles you won't be able to see it, but I think it's gonna last for like a week. But like,
just like a trial run.
Yeah, trial run. But honestly, I don't think it's a good idea.
There's
I
I
mean,
mean, that
they're-
don't care. Like,
Yeah,
if you're just a
they're
regular
really-
Instagram,
Yeah.
you're
You're not gonna
a
care.
celebrity,
They
you're
said
not
they
gonna
wanted to
care.
make it like a more safe space and a happy place.
If that's the case,
But
they
if
should
that's
get
the
rid of
case-
Man,
comments.
too late.
Yes.
They
No,
shouldn't
but you
like
know
it
the thing with
comments.
comments, they did this a while ago. You can go in your settings some way somehow because I have it.
Disable your comments.
You can either disable it or you can edit certain words. So if somebody were to type like bitch on your thing, it will never show up.
Yeah.
You can edit.
It's
what
like
you
a permission-based
like-
thing.
So
Oh,
You
word?
put in
Yeah.
keywords.
No, it just doesn't pop up.
You put in keywords,
Yeah.
and it stops it from
It
showing.
wouldn't be
So-
like this bitch blank. It would be like
The
comment.
whole
the
comment.
whole
The
thing
whole
won't pop
comment.
up.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm confused to why celebrities don't know that yet. But
But I like because I keep my profiles open because I don't care. But I don't want random people commenting like cute. Like I think it's weird. So if I'm not following you, you can't comment on.
You turn that
underneath
off.
Yeah, I turn that
Okay,
off.
yeah.
So if I don't know you and I'm not following you, you can't comment on none of my
Mhm.
pictures. But I feel like if you don't want to see the number of likes, it should be a setting where you
Yeah.
can change it, not change it for everybody because we need likes at the end of the day. Even though, it may
my thing is, I think you mentioned something about they're turning off like something about to be inclusive or something like people won't feel left out or I don't know, but it felt like
Yeah.
something about bullying.
Yeah,
And to me,
basically,
like, I know like bullying is a serious thing in this generation for the past few years and stuff, but this generation is so coddled, it's not even funny. Like,
yeah.
because you get 15 likes and she gets like a 500, you're upset. Like,
What?
what are you talking about? Is that what you're really worried
And I
about?
think
I got
that's
an
why
essay
they're-
due tonight. Like,
Like,
Literally.
I believe the
that's
comment
taking away,
sections are
though.
worse than the likes.
Yeah.
Because most of the bullying's in the comment
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
sections.
You can disable stuff like that or you can edit stuff like that. But like,
Yeah.
the coddling of, oh my god, we should be inclusive and I don't want to hurt everybody's feelings. People need to be hurt sometimes
Yeah.
to just learn.
Like, as someone who's like part of the quote unquote minority as an LGBT person, like, some of the bullshit they put out, I find so, like that stupid article about, some cafe changing gingerbread man to gingerbread gender neutral
yeah.
person, like,
No, don't mess with the freaking holiday cookie because I love
like,
Yo, she got mad saucy just now.
I like changing Santa to Santa. Is it
No, that's not
big
good.
old
Yeah.
white man with the beard. What you gonna change him to? Santa. The
Gender dude.
Just Santa.
like,
how
no actual LGBTQ person cares about that, and yet they're pushing like all of this extra
extra stuff.
bullshit onto it.
Yeah. I have a question.
Mhm.
This has probably nothing related to the topic, but how do you guys feel about? You guys watch Love and Hip Hop? You guys know what's going on? You guys
No.
have Shade Room?
Jade Room,
Okay,
yeah.
so you guys know Marion and
I
Baby
do,
Mama,
I do,
April
yeah.
Jones, and now she's dating Fizz, and they were in the group together. How do you guys
Okay.
feel about that?
Okay, as we're
controversy?
talking into this relationship, we're gonna segment into the next one that we're
What
doing.
is she
But
talking-
this we're gonna talk.
I was like, I don't know.
Basically,
Okay.
dating inside people's groups.
Do you know
Yeah.
what was that boy band? You know B2K?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's two
Yeah.
members in B2K, Omarion
Okay.
and Fizz.
All right.
They were friends growing up, blah, blah, blah. Everybody gets
Part of the
older, you're
group
not
together.
Always. Yeah.
Okay.
They just finished their, what was the tour?
Tour, yeah, whatever.
Some type of tour. Some back and throwback tour with all
Yeah.
these early 2000s people.
Yeah.
And what's happening?
Omarion has a baby
Baby
mama.
mother.
Uh huh.
You know, they had a relationship. You know, he got her on Love and Hip Hop, all this type of stuff. You know, they broke up, whatever. I don't know the exact situation, but they broke up, whatever. And now
Years ago.
years ago.
Okay.
You know, they still have that child in common.
Yes.
So now she's on Love and Hip Hop. A lot of people saying it's for the clout. A lot of people saying it's for this and this and that.
Mhm.
She's on Love and Hip Hop dating the other
friend?
B2K member, Little Fizz. Like, and she's posting pictures of them
Oh,
saying,
no.
I need to be happy. You guys don't know what happened behind closed doors. I just saw this morning. She was like, you guys don't know what happened behind closed doors between me and Omarion, blah, blah, blah. And now she's booed up with his friend, group member, whatever, bro,
But
bro,
the
whatever.
thing is, Omarion has not commented. He doesn't care.
Yes, and his birthday just passed.
His birthday
He
was
posted a
yesterday.
nice picture of him with, like, him showing all sexy
So,
and stuff.
Everybody
not
else
caring.
everybody else over social media
is
is commenting.
caring
Yeah.
about it.
But-
I mean, if he doesn't care, then
Well,
That's what I
we'll
think.
get back to discussing this in a second because we are going to discuss topics like that. But I think Chelsea had one more article she wanted to talk about first.
It wasn't really an article.
Or like a topic.
It was a video. So basically, it's a college football. I don't watch college football.
Who
But it was
does?
I don't. I don't have time for it. College football, and the coach's wife, basically after.
Oh, I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
Before and after every game, she like basically has like a pep talk with them, and she like kisses them all over the face and hugs them and like gives them support. And I just wanted to know what everybody like kind of
Why is she
opinion
doing
on
that?
that. Exactly.
I'm like, don't kiss me.
All right, Kevin.
So
College, you said college?
As the guy in the
Not
room,
middle school, not
I feel like
No.
Kevin's opinion is going to be totally different than the rest of us.
Go.
okay. So going off what Chelsea said, by kissing on the face, from what I saw from the video, it was more like the European like kissing on the face type of thing, like a greeting.
Oh,
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything too crazy, like
It's
No,
not.
she's not making
It's
out.
not.
Yeah,
no, she's
no.
not like.
it's not even like a
working
big
them.
smooch, like a mwah, mwah, like
Yeah,
something
but
simple.
Before and after every game, like isn't it?
My
like,
thing is-
I was
okay,
gonna say,
unnecessary?
some
my-
cultures have
Wait.
different kinds of support.
Exactly, and my thing is, as long as the players are okay with it,
Yeah.
it should not be
But
a
then
problem.
again,
And they all seem happy in the video.
But that's the
Mhm.
thing. They could seem happy in the video, but that's the coach's wife. You're gonna dismiss the coach's wife.
But the
and
problem
then-
is, we don't know what's
They could
happening.
Say they
See,
feel
like,
uncomfortable.
bench-
Say, Coach,
Coach.
I don't think your wife should be kissing me, or I feel like where are they from? Is it in New York? Like
This
in
is-
America?
It's America.
It's America.
They
Are
all,
there
they
international
all seemed
football
happy.
teams?
Soccer.
I don't know.
I mean,
No.
face to face, she probably
But they-
be
yeah.
fine with it. But if someone just comes and kiss me on the cheek, I'd be like, don't touch me. Like,
But it seemed like they all were already so used to it happening. They all seemed okay with it.
Maybe
Like, that's
like
fine.
everybody
annoying,
has
like-
their support system. Like we give hugs. Some cultures they don't do hugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some cultures are different. You can't hug. You can't touch. So maybe
Simple
they're like,
ways.
oh,
And then-
yeah, give
Yeah.
me a
Like,
Exactly. Then you have cultures like that, like the European cultures.
Like-
Like,
Their greeting is kissing on the cheek.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
find that weird,
they don't.
but exactly.
I just, my whole thing is like, I don't think it's necessary. Like, I think.
I think it's too much doing it before and after the game.
Yeah.
Maybe if they did like before, if they did like just before as like a good luck thing.
My thing is, I
Every
agree with
game.
you guys. I do agree with you.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, if the players are okay with it, if the coach is okay with it,
that's understandable. If everybody's
It's not-
fine, then
yeah,
it's
then
fine.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's how
But
they-
in
that's
general,
how
like
they
the
speak.
outside looking in, it just seems very intrusive because if you gender bent the whole thing and it was
Yeah.
a girls volleyball team,
And
college
a-
level as well, but it was
And the
you had a
coach's
female
husband was
coach,
doing that.
and her husband happened to just be like, oh, you know what, this is my way of encouraging you guys, even if it's a European
That would be
thing.
a lawsuit.
You're
It would
kissing the
be,
girls,
yeah.
you're hugging
And
them.
mind you, this is a white
Now it's-
woman, doing it to African American players.
Male, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I said something earlier about, if it was
Yeah.
like a female volleyball team and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm going to backtrack about what I said. This will be on the social media wave way more than what this,
Mhm.
obviously, because it's a man kissing a bunch of girls on the cheek. Like, we all consider that a no-go. If it's not like your
What
daughter
if
or
it was a
whatever.
Yeah.
European thing as well? What, you can't-
Yeah,
Now,
see,
let me talk about
this is
that.
wait real quick. This is like something else we gotta talk about, like this whole double standard bullshit. Because sometimes I feel like it goes too far.
Yeah.
And okay, so you can go back to what you were saying.
Okay. So before this whole, us on the airwaves were talking about this, I was actually saying that, okay, that would be looked down upon more, and I would disagree with that.
Mhm.
But again, going back to like with the male football players, if the girls are okay with it, they don't feel like they're being, violated or whatever, his wife is okay with it, I don't see the problem. As long as they're okay with it, as long as the players don't feel uncomfortable.
Consensual and everything's fine, then it's
exactly
fine.
That's fine. But if you're just doing it and you're like, whoa, that's different. But going back to it, as long as there's consent, they're cool with it.
Maybe because I'm one of those people, like, I'm not a germaphobe, but also stop kissing me.
Yeah,
like,
just
I
stop.
don't know.
I don't, that's too much of
To each their own. I completely agree with you. To each their
leaning
own.
in to hug her. They're leaning in. They're like,
Yeah.
Because it's already a
They're
ritual
not-
thing.
yeah,
That's
they're
it.
not. They're not. And she's holding her daughter. They opening their
They're
arms
all
to hug
genuinely
her.
Yeah.
happy.
Like,
They're
we're not arguing whether it's like something wrong going.
Yeah,
Well, it's just like the social
opinion on it.
like how it looks.
The thing is, we don't understand it, but in like sports in general, when you're that close to somebody, especially the coach's wife or their family, that becomes your family. No matter what. Like,
Look, this boy smiling. She's like holding his head. He's smiling.
she was probably with him from like freshman year.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know. Like all 4 years in college, she was probably helping him out through thick or thin.
Yeah, she probably looks at them kind of like more like her sons or something.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, people believe in
I just believe in personal space.
I understand. I understand completely.
But I
Like,
mean,
last
yeah.
night.
It's okay, like couple games. Like if we win, I go for it.
Yeah.
But, like, even if
Every
we lose,
game.
you hugging up and kissing up on me. I'm
Hey,
like,
sometimes you're gonna need that emotional support. Like when you lose out
Call your
big
mama.
game,
Call your mama. Don't.
my mama can't help me.
I don't need you.
Like,
to
sometimes
kiss
I'll-
up on me.
like,
we lost. Like get off me. I'm mad.
You mad? Sometimes you need that, emotional support to help you through that. Like,
Get a girl.
because I'm gonna be tight if I lose by 1 point. I'm like, yo, are you serious right now?
And she was like, "Come here, sweetie."
I'll be tight, but yo, don't touch me. Like, oh,
With
thank
the
you.
overstepping of boundaries, back to what Achora was saying, her topic, would you guys, in a scenario of your baby's mother, your baby's father, whatever the case, you have a history with a person,
Okay.
you and this person may not have fell out, but y'all not besties, y'all not friends no more, it's been years. Would you have a problem with your once friend dating your ex-significant other?
Yes.
Why?
So it's
Nobody's connected to each
Wait.
other no more, so why?
so it's like
It's
even
a-
though
it's
we're
a
not
principle.
connected anymore.
Girl code.
Girl code.
Okay, you know what? I'll combine.
You guys used to remember that show, Girl
Yeah.
Code?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna combine girl code and bro code right now because it's basically almost the same thing. All right.
Respect code.
Respect code. All right. Rocky, you and me. Throwing out scenario. We've been friends for 5 years, right?
Five.
We stopped talking for a little bit, right?
Little.
You start talking to my ex,
Yeah.
right? Who we have a child together. You start talking to her, you end up dating her,
Yeah.
right? Even though we haven't talked, I would still expect you to respect me enough to ask me like, "Yo,
Exactly.
I'm feeling your girl right, like your past girl right now."
So even
like,
if somebody in this scenario had this conversation with you, what would you say?
Then if
I'd
you-
be-
I would
if it was
definitely
me,
go for it.
Yeah.
if it was me, I'd be like, "Listen,
Thanks
that
for
was my-
respecting me.
Yeah.
Thanks
and
for
I'd be
bringing it
like,
up.
yes, and I'd be like, that was my past. I'm not gonna affect your future."
Yeah, that's why I was about to like.
You would need, you
Look
would
at
just
you
need
being
a
mature.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all.
Because
Like,
I'm
you
not-
have a little
Because-
respect for me. Like,
Exactly.
say,
Yeah.
oh, we've been friends. We went to school together. We're sitting here in the same group together.
Yeah.
Let me at least have the respect to say, oh, the boy you was talking to, he was cute or whatever. I'm gonna go date him. Hey, Rocky, how you feeling? How
Like,
is it?
are you
like,
okay? Like,
Yeah, like
My thing is, to
respect
some
that.
extent, like, I've had, like, one ex specifically that I can think of. None of my friends liked him whatsoever. So it was always a joke. Like, when we broke up, I was like, oh my God, imagine if one of you guys dated him.
Mhm.
I'm at a place, and even then, I was like 18, 17, something like that. I was like, if somebody wanted him, go for it. But that was me because I didn't care. So it's the matter of, okay, even though everybody kind of fell out or nobody speaks anymore, do you still care about the situation enough to be like, okay, I just need it to be addressed to me? Honestly, if one of my friends wants to date my ex, I'd be like, yo, who? Have fun. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
well,
it's
if
not
it's
part
somebody
of
you,
me.
if
I'm
it
not
was
clean.
somebody,
But if it's someone you
was in a
share a kid
relationship,
with,
That's
yeah,
different.
they
That's
have
Yeah.
different.
if it's
They're gonna
somebody,
be in
Because
each
then
other's
that's what I was
life.
gonna say, and then they're gonna be around your kid, and then your kid's gonna say, "Oh, Daddy, ain't that Uncle Fizz?" You know what I mean? Like,
if it's somebody you like you had a falling out with in a relationship, and you don't fuck with that person,
Yeah.
go for go ahead. I hope
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
did you right. He didn't do me right, but that's him. But I feel like if it's somebody that you like had a close relationship and y'all had a falling out,
Mhm.
and now your friend wants to be with him, knowing everything that we've been through, you need to talk to me.
I feel like
If
this.
I
I
find
remember
if
when
I
they used
find out on
to
Instagram
go
that you
April
dating
and
him,
used to be like, "Oh, they're cute" or whatever, like, so now it's kind of
Maybe
like,
because
Yeah.
I'm really neutral, I'm like looking at them on social media and I'm like, It's not my scenario, but if they're happy, they're
But
happy.
I know Meek Mill's commented, he was like, "Oh nah, this is out of pocket," and then she replied
She was
back.
like, but you try talking
to
to me.
me, right?
Wait.
That ain't out of pocket. And then Little Fizz said, "Oh, the only thing that's out of pocket is the meal he paid for their dinner." Like, so everybody's kind of attacking each other in this case.
Except the
Yeah.
baby father.
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm mad. Y'all all mad,
care.
but Omarion ain't
The
mad.
person that everybody's like, he should be upset. Omarion's like,
He's
yeah,
chilling, living his
let
best life.
them live.
I actually want to backtrack to what Chelsea said about, hey, saying, let's say you have a falling out with that other person, right?
Yeah.
The one you were dating, and now your friend wants to date them. You say, all right, whatever. I still feel like you tell, like that your friend's supposed to tell you, because I'll draw an example. So my friend in high school, I'm not going to say names, he was dating this girl for a year and a half, right? But their falling out was terrible. Like, there was physical
And you started
scratches. No, not me. Ew, no.
feeling
She was like, no, I'm not a demon. No.
No. She was just ugly to me. So,
It's fine.
Is this who I think it is?
yes.
Oh my.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
You're right.
Continue.
You're right. So then, my other friend wanted to date his ex-girl, right? So even though he knew that they had a falling out, like terrible falling out, and it wouldn't really matter, he still went up to my friend and asked him, "Yo, can I get your blessing?" Like basically,
Exactly. Thank you.
like even if there was a falling out, even if it ended well, still go up to your boy, your girl.
And most of the time, people will say, "Yeah, bro."
Yeah, as long
Yeah.
as you, I'm a big
Exactly.
believer in communication. Like I will talk everything out. All you need is one
Love that.
conversation.
No, but it also depends on like who the friend group is. So like kind of personal story. So I had this one time where I dated this one guy, and me and him had a falling out, and him and his friends had a falling out because he fucked me over. So me and his friend is getting really close, and like we're not even dating or shit. Me and him are just like talking and shit. And the dude comes back being like, "Oh, why you flirting with my girl?" Meanwhile,
I'm like,
he fucking cheated on like the fuck like. He was all out of pocket, all types of fucking wrong. And then he's still trying to claim me and want to get mad at his friend. Like, I don't understand it.
that's a whole different like.
Spicy.
Well, now that we know everybody's opinion on that, I have a question for everyone
Yeah.
now.
Ready?
What's goody?
What?
That's
What's your answer?
It gets kind of deep. We've discussed this slightly before, but I want to hear everybody's opinions if anything's changed anything.
Mhm.
How do you guys feel about dating outside your race?
Still no.
No,
I'm okay for it.
Let's
Still
have
no.
some context to it.
Yeah.
Why I still know.
Race being the social construct of race going off of your looks.
Yes.
Not
Would you
putting-
date someone a different skin color to
different
you?
skin, yeah.
basic.
So we're just talking about the physical aspect.
Yes.
If that's the social construct of what race is, that's what everybody makes it out to be, that we can universally understand that to be, yes.
Okay, got it.
Race being black,
Well, I didn't know
white.
So,
Kevin is-
first of
Kevin
all-
is biracial.
Hey.
First of all, wait.
Let me defend
Let's keep
myself.
everybody go around, say their preference, and then we'll defend our preference.
Okay, so where are we starting
What do you
from?
First
Wait,
you have to
what
say
is
your
preference?
race or your background.
If you would do it or not.
Oh, okay. So
Say your race,
yes
your
or no?
background, yes or no.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Kevin, start.
Oh shit. Okay, so
What do you identify as?
I identify myself as a black man.
Hey.
Would
Yes.
you date outside your race, yes or no?
I would date outside my race.
Cool.
Okay.
Michaela?
I'm white as fuck, and I would date outside my race.
You have.
I'm Afro-Caribbean and no.
I am black, and yeah.
I am black and preferably no.
I am a strong black independent woman.
You gotta say that. Yes!
Yes, queen!
And yes, I have no problem with it.
Okay, so defend yours.
All right. So my thing is, I like to learn about different cultures. I don't like to just be thinking about because in this world, there's not just one path.
Mhm.
There's different types of like knowledge. How do I explain this? I'll just go with paths. There's different paths that you can go down and learn. Right? It opens our minds. It makes us understand one another more better.
Yeah.
Which can essentially help us unify ourselves as one collective race. What's up?
Okay, so I understand what you're saying about different paths and stuff, but when it comes to, because I know like how I am and how I am in my relationship and stuff, and sometimes like I want to get into that conversation and get deep about shit, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like, what if they can't understand, or what if they're like, oh no, like
They can't relate.
no,
They can't relate.
Oh,
But is
slavery
that really
wasn't
a
that
thing?
bad.
So.
Or, oh, slavery wasn't even existing. Or slavery, what do you mean slavery was bad and lasted 500 years? It only lasted like a year and a half. Like, bitch. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like,
That's
not about race. That's about
Wait, time out. Atrora,
I mean,
that's a
really,
big
like,
extreme right there.
understanding, like-
That's
Like,
just somebody who's
because-
ignorant and doesn't know anything about the world.
That's not just-
That's just stupid.
Like,
Like, that has nothing to do with race.
I can tell you this: a majority of people, not just black people, understand the atrocities that went through.
No, but I'm just using
that.
St. as an example. But I'm just saying, like, you know.
But it's like a,
Yeah, but that's
that's
more.
really a race thing or just like a person thing because a white person say could relate to you or not relate to you, but
Understand.
understand you.
Yeah.
But like at the same moment,
can
there could
they
be a
really
black person
understand
who's
the
going all Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, I felt that. Don't even know who that is, but I felt
Oh.
that.
Boondocks.
That reminded me of Uncle
You
Tom.
never seen
I was like, Uncle Tom?
No.
You see all these niggas?
Quick summary. In the Boondocks, there was this black guy.
Oh, no, I know.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Is that the grandpa?
No.
The white guy with the weird eyes that appeases to every white
And he was the
person.
super fat fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like,
It's like-
I only watched.
He was like this. He was like this.
I don't know.
Lord, please, the white folks.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I only seen season 1 of Boondocks, so sorry.
Season 1 was enough.
I started watching.
He was in
it
season 1.
He was walling out in season 1.
I wouldn't.
Literally-
I laughed when I was younger, so I started watching.
Literally, there was a.
And I was laughing.
It
but
was
I was like,
they
No.
said nigga
like,
line.
it's-
Okay, let's get back on topic.
oh yes, yes.
Literally,
So,
there was an episode. on
Kevin?
stuff.
But
Okay.
okay, sorry, Kevin, were you done?
You asked me a question.
Right, yeah. So
And-
okay, yeah, back to the question. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a big extreme, first of all. And
I was just using it as
yeah.
an example.
but it's like you if they don't understand, it's not going to be to that level.
Yeah.
Just use your words. Words are very powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't just think that they don't understand the first go. Just be I give up. No, it doesn't work that way.
No,
Because it could be two black people talking about it,
Yeah.
having two different mindsets on
And you
slavery.
dated in and out your race. Yeah.
You still have to speak about it, and you're going to give them the chance because they're black,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So why can't you give the other person the same chance if they're white, Asian, whatever they are,
Yeah.
right?
I get
In a
what
weird
you're
way,
saying.
you know what popped in my head? I was like, okay, all these different paths. Imagine me having like one child with every single person, how different they'd all come out looking.
Be a rainbow.
That'd be so
That'd
cool.
be so
So Michaela, I have a question for
Like,
you
if,
now.
like,
Okay, wait, let me
daddies
defend
involved
mine and then
one
you
was
can
the
ask.
thing. That'd be so cool to have like an Asian
But
me, like a
you're
black
like,
me.
you're related to what you defend.
A
Like what you're
factory Rocky.
defending.
Everybody be
Because
like,
I heard, guys, I have a question for Michaela. So remember when we had this conversation was it last week? Yeah.
last week.
So Michaela, you said something that you were like, wait, you said you wouldn't mind dating a high race, right?
I
But
wouldn't.
you said you cannot see yourself. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
you
not that I
cannot
cannot
see yourself
see.
marrying anyone
It's-
other than a white
It
man.
was more so with like ever since I was young when I had that like picture perfect dream image in my
Yeah.
head.
Mhm.
It was always a white person, but I could see myself marrying a black person, a Hispanic person. I could see myself marrying outside my race. It's just my picture perfect ideal.
Your went
But
to
why
ideology.
is that like
Yeah.
the pic? Do you know what I mean?
So, like,
It depends.
In
on
her
the race,
defense-
too.
In my defense,
ideology,
when
feel
I
black
was-
man.
Yeah, same.
When I was in my first elementary school, it wasn't all white elementary school. So, like, I was exposed to more white people. So, like, I used to have crush on, like, only white people and shit like that, especially when I was younger. So, it's sort of a natural thing for me that when I was, like, most girls, when they're, like, 10 or 11, start imagining that dream perfect wedding that they're gonna have. And it's based on, like, So, like, I had, like, a dream wedding to fucking Brad Pitt.
Crying.
Like, we all know how white Brad Pitt is. Like,
Yeah.
my idea of my perfect wedding came from, like, when I was young and who I looked up to. So, like, Brad Pitt was one of them. Who else? Tom Cruise. Like,
It was
all
who you
these
saw.
mainly
It's who you
white
saw.
It was
people
who you were
I was
to.
exposed to.
Yeah.
So it's not so like like if I had been exposed to more black people, more Hispanic people, like that image might have been changed. But because I was exposed to so many white people, when I imagine my wedding, it's just more easy to see a white
Yeah.
person in
Yeah.
my head than someone else.
Yeah.
But you said that's changed now.
Yeah, like I could I would marry a black girl, a black guy, a Hispanic guy, a Hispanic girl. Like as long as I can vibe with the person, I don't give a fuck what race, what religion, none of that is. If I can vibe with them, then they cool.
I feel
Preach.
like that's why I said like
Preach.
preferably I'd be with somebody black, but that's just an ideology. That's
Yeah.
what I've always been raised around. That's what I would.
Like
It's the easiest thing. To
that's
see
what
myself.
I'm
everybody-
saying that'll
like,
be your preference. So.
everybody
That'd be my
has a
preference.
little bit of
Okay.
preference towards one specific
Yeah.
race,
Yeah.
but the majority of the time it's that you don't care
That's what I'm
about
saying,
it.
But that's why when I say preferably, I would prefer someone of my background to be right beside me. And that's because I feel like, as Atroy was saying, I can relate to them a little bit more, and I would hope I could relate to them a little bit more. You always have those individuals that, even black people, they're like the Uncle Ruckus, and you never know what they're going to spew out of their mouth sometimes. But
Yeah.
it's easier for me to see a black guy standing next to me versus me having to challenge myself to kind of be like, okay, maybe I could date a white guy, and I'd have to understand that he might not understand my perspective, and I'd have to teach him. But that's also mad work on my behalf that I don't really want to go through.
But if you love him, but
then that's
work.
different. That's what I'm saying. Like, same thing like Michaela's saying, like, now that you're older and you're more exposed to different things, you can probably, sometimes you might want to, like, see, like, oh, how could my life be like if I came out with like, a white husband, a Hispanic husband?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not abnormal. My thing is, it's just like, at the end of the day, it's who you love. It's who you vibe with. It's who you want to be with.
I think it was you who said it the last time, but, like, if two people were put in front of you, the exact same person, but the only difference was the skin color, that everybody's naturally inclined to choose one over the other based on skin color.
Like, dream guys set in front of me. One was Asian, one was white, one was black, one was Spanish, or whatever the case in that situation. They were all the same type of people inside that I absolutely
the same
love.
values, same beliefs,
But
everything that would make them
if you want
perfect.
to base it on pure physical on the outside, and I was like, okay, they're all the same category of everything I love that could be in a guy. But you present me with all of them, I'm preferably picking the black guy.
Yeah, like for me, I would end up picking a white person just because, to how I was raised and what I do as norm, I find white guys' features a little bit more attractive, especially in regards to me. Mm-hmm. So, like, now, no offense to anybody in here, but, like, super big lips aren't something that...
She's not offending me because it's the same thing. Like,
I'm not offended. Okay. Kevin just looked at me. I started laughing.
I knew you were gonna do that. No, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, the same thing you're saying. Like the features you find attractive. When I sit here and I stare at like black people, I find them the most beautiful things. But that's through my vision.
Yeah, because everybody has.
And I'm like, wow, that is amazing. Like. The first thing I see on somebody, they'll be dark as hell, and I'm like, oh my god, like I want to see what they look like now. And then you go up to the person and you decipher if they're cute or not by whatever. Yeah. But I love me some big lips. Let me tell you something.
Shit. Michael Jordan.
I got medium-sized lips, so
I'm here for you.
I got medium-sized lips. I can't have no person with big ass lips overpowering me.
Like a big bang.
Like some people really criticize. It's always features and stuff like that, but like. When people are like, "Oh, I don't like big noses. I don't like big lips. I wouldn't."
That's just that's
different.
It is being annoying.
Yeah. But I've been faced with that because like even my features, black features and stuff like that. Like my lips are black features. My nose, I've been told growing up, was not a black feature because it's not as big. Whereas my sister's nose is a little bit wider than mine, and she hates her nose. And I've always been told, "Oh, you have a cute nose." And like, some people really don't like their nose. I never knew. Yeah. That. I never knew that was a thing. So I was like,
a nose is a nose.
Like to me,
even if you fix it, it look worse. So
like to me, like the way I see Rocky, like to me, I would say her nose is huge. But that's because of what
she's like. Thank you.
And like she may say her lips are big, but to me, her lips aren't that big. Mm-hmm. So, like, even Chelsea complains about her lips, but her lips ain't that big.
I don't complain about shit.
Oh, no, she I got to review in that one. She got some lips.
I do. And then guess who gave them to me? Jesus.
All right, am I saying it's a bad thing to have them lips?
But I've been exposed to even, like, white people with giant-ass lips, and it looks like they're...
weird.
It looks like their mouth is 90% of their face, and, like...
It's like when they talk, it's like this.
It's like a big eyeball.
Yeah, we've been skipping this side.
So Choro.
Yeah, I was gonna basically say Rocky kind of said everything I said, and I'm already married a black person, so.
Okay. Yes, because we got an engaged queen over here.
She said, "I do."
But I wouldn't care about the race as long as I vibe with the person. The only thing is I personally think like culture or religion. I think like culture wise or religion wise, because let's say we procreate, have children, my kid's gonna be confused if I'm like Christian and the guy I'm dating or married is like Buddhist. They're gonna be like to their friends, "Oh, what's your religion? I'm Buddhist and Christian." You're just gonna be like, "What?"
That's no longer a race thing. That's just like different religion.
I don't care about the race.
That's what she said. Culture or religion.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I had a friend who was literally like that, and he was like, "Oh, my I think my mom was Christian and my dad was Buddhist." And I'm like, "So what are you?"
Hey.
I'm Buddhist and Christian. I'm like,
you mix it too.
They clash so hard. Like how?
Yeah, I was gonna say Buddhist is like so many.
It's like two
ideologies you want.
I gotta say this.
Yeah, I would get like you would pick the like religion you believe in, but just because his parents are like that, he's saying, "Oh, I'm both."
So you don't care about race, skin tone. You can marry whoever.
I would say this though, for your friend, just tell him just pick the one you want for the day. You know what I mean?
I'm Buddhist this day, tomorrow I'll be Christian.
Yeah, there we go.
I go to church tomorrow.
You know, everybody's like on the everybody's pretty much on the same page where nobody cares, but we all have a preference to some extent.
Yeah.
Does your family care? If
Yes.
you were to bring anybody in your house?
No,
Yes.
and if they did, wouldn't give a fuck.
Yo, so since I'm the uniquely white person in this room, so my direct lineage, my mom and my dad.
Great grandfather.
No, because what I'm about to say, my mom and dad, they don't care.
Mhm.
My grandmother, my grandmother, she threw a bitch fit like the
She from
biggest
baby
fucking
boomer,
trans.
That's like, what generation?
I think so.
Yeah, that's why.
She's on your mom's side?
Yeah, on my mom's side.
She can kick a rock.
My grandmother,
Your mom go with
she did not like it when my mom got with my dad.
As a white man.
Yeah, no, my dad's
Because
black.
her dad's black.
Are you dead ass?
You're now finding out?
Her dad is black and she white as fuck. I don't get it either.
She looked mad
Show her a
confused.
picture of her daddy.
Yo,
Raquel,
and he black.
Raquel, look at her daddy.
Black.
Raquel,
No.
Raquel.
Is that dreadlocks?
He black. Look at him. Look at him, crispy and everything.
He not Americanized black. He black.
He black. And look at
Fried
Michaela.
chicken and chicken wing black.
He is Popeye's
No.
black.
He is New Orleans black. And look at her.
And look at her. I don't get it either. You be like, you sure?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
She's like a character from Frozen.
You're like, you sure you weren't adopted? Like,
This is your biological father.
I told her that yesterday. I was like, yo, bitch, why you not darker? She got the whole egg, no sperm.
Hey, the mom's genes were superior, all right?
This is your daddy.
She still look at the picture.
She zoomed in.
She like,
The sperm.
Biological sperm donor.
hold on.
Listen, the sperm was swimming, that egg was just strong, all right?
Together.
Oh my god.
Yes, that is my
Like
dad.
my relative.
You're biracial. You're biracial?
You now figuring this out?
She biracial and white. I don't get it.
She said she the crispiest cracker in here.
She a salty.
You're half black?
Oh my god, I love how the audience is like, what the fuck is
Like
happening?
50% black?
Maybe 75-25.
Rocky, didn't I show you my ancestry results?
You had 3.3.
No, but your dad's full name didn't show up.
Great granny.
I have Puerto
But
Rican.
your dad's line didn't show up.
No, that's for the family tree. But my DNA results.
I'm
I
so
never
sorry.
seen them.
We're
I never
very
seen
off
them.
tangent. I just discovered Michaela's half black. I'm sorry.
When she told me this, I was like, hold up, you not darker though. Like, I don't get like, you know how some
Kayla.
people be tan or something?
Listen,
Yeah, be tan.
There's
you know,
oddities in this world, all right?
Back to family.
Wait, we gotta do this real quick.
Thank
I
you.
want to see the DNA results.
So these are my DNA
You
results.
are the father.
I
You're like, are you sure?
have the obvious bullshit is 30% Ireland and Scotland, 15% Jamaica, Europe, blah blah, Europe, Russia, Portugal, France, Cameroon, Congo, Southern Bantu people 6%, 5% Benin and Togo,
That's really black.
3% Senegal.
That's from Christopher
Really
Columbus.
low. Yeah, that's from
I'm
slavery.
pretty sure he picked them up. Like,
Yeah.
Michaela, you're supposed to be like 50% Nigerian. What are you talking about?
1% Nigerian,
Why?
Wow.
2% basket,
1875.
2% basket, 2% indigenous Puerto Rico, indigenous American and Venezuela.
You know what this is?
It has to be.
It's that one.
Something
No.
that's
I know what it is. I know what it is. It's that one
That's
slave.
why
Like,
dad is
Listen,
If
listen.
your dad, can I have something really quickly? If that is your biological father, there
You
has
have
to be
way
more
more.
than 6% of African American, Black,
You need to
Caribbean,
talk to your
Panamanian,
Actually, how
Cuban,
your father
Brazilian.
guys, there's
Okay.
oddities in this world.
Look.
Accept it.
The Puerto Rican, the
Look
Italian,
at her.
I understand. It's an oddity. All right? Accept it.
the Puerto Rican,
I'm black. All right?
No,
Guys.
you have?
guys,
I'm
the
not
Puerto
half.
Rican, the Italian, the Black, that comes from my dad's side. The Spain comes from my dad's side. He's part Italian.
Where?
That's the
I'm
gorgeous
just happy.
Italian.
Wait, all Italians are not white. All right? Just remember that. Not all Italians are white. No.
Huh?
No, they're not.
I want
You got some dark skinned Italians. You do.
Are they
So
black?
you're telling me she's light
Are they,
skinned?
hold up.
She's a light skinned black person. I don't know. She's a. Listen.
Hold on, right, guys. Let me clear the air.
Boo,
Let me
that's not
tell you,
light skin.
sometimes you do identify as, like just now, you said, what you said, I'm a white cracker? No.
Yes,
not
I
You
tell
said
people I'm white.
She's a white. She's no. We just did not.
I'm sorry for the racism today on this airway.
We're talking about race.
Make a valuable point.
We're talking about race.
But
When
if
you
your
look at my
dad is
race,
50% black.
when you look at me,
Interracial.
Yo, what's
when you look at me
You know what
though,
I'm saying? You
I
can't
get
be
what
like,
you're saying,
I'm
but then she's
white,
not wrong because my cousin is Jamaican and Irish. But if you see her, she has red hair, white skin. Like we
but
don't
she's
look like
still
cousins.
Jamaican.
yeah, but
You have to
okay.
look
So
at
you're
both.
African American.
Half.
Okay, but listen,
You get what I mean?
listen. Yes, I get
You're
what you
not
mean.
fully white.
But we're talking about race and skin tone.
We're talking about appearance. Like
Yes.
So-
appearance never
Yeah, that's
turn out
why-
black.
Appearance.
Yeah.
No, like background wise.
No,
Background
Why?
wise.
Everything. Like, that's your daddy. Sperm and everything.
Wait, yo,
intertwined.
guys, can we calm down, please?
Because
Yeah,
I would say
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
biracial. Because I'm mixed with other stuff too, but
Yeah.
I'm majority black because both of my parents are black.
Yeah.
But if your parents are like
Thank you.
white and black, I would have been like, I'm
You're
biracial.
still,
you
yeah,
know?
I'm
Look,
she's African
biracial.
and she's American.
She's
Look,
biracial, but
my
eventually
dad-
nobody will ever be like, that's a black
My
man.
dad
Yeah,
is
but
biracial.
Yeah.
my parents would like think I know what I am.
But
No,
I get what
that's
Kiana's
fine, that's
saying.
fine,
that's
Why
fine.
does that matter? But then,
For social con, whenever you go to like DMV or something,
Wait,
they're
quick.
like, check
right,
your
right,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
I was about to ask that.
Check your when they say check your race, I check white.
I'm about
to say, I would've been like,
And
Listen,
you gotta think
just
about
check
it.
white.
She would
All
check
right.
I do.
white.
Yes.
That's
Check
not
white.
incorrect because that's visually what she is.
Yes.
Yes.
Same way
She
if
can
I were
still
to
check
claim like
African American. Would you check African American?
For my ethnicity, I do.
that's her background, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
if she wants to be like, I'm biracial, she is biracial.
I
Nobody can
am.
be like, you're not black. That's what she is.
No, I'm not saying.
She's not
Like,
she
when-
pasty.
That's
When I
okay.
discuss it with people, I tell people I'm biracial. But if I'm dealing with race,
Yeah.
if I'm dealing with race, I tell people I'm white. Because what is the
Because
skin
that's
color of
what-
my?
They're gonna be
What is
like,
the color of my
"What?
skin tone?
You're
I'm
not
white.
black." And then she gotta
We're
explain
gonna
herself.
get a Rocky reaction. All
Yeah.
right.
Because my dad is biracial. But if you looked at him, he looked black. Even though he lighter than me, he's still black.
What
He'll
is he?
claim black.
Like,
He's Puerto Rican and black.
But that's a whole different conversation.
That's more
Most
common.
biracials claim black at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They appear some type of tinted. They
But all
claim
my
black.
other family, they'd be like, no, I'm black.
Who's Kevin? Where's her parents from?
my mom's from the Caribbean.
Both her parents.
Both.
And then like what's before that?
I just know my grandfather from my dad's side is Venezuelan. So
Oh, yeah, okay. I know on my grandma's side somebody's from Portugal because there's a picture of a white guy on my grandma's hallway and I never knew who that was. But that's somebody's
So are you
granddaddy,
white?
And he was from Portugal, but I ain't.
All I know is I need to find out who gave my family bacon because that's the whitest shit I've ever heard.
You said-
in my life.
A slave master.
It's Dutch.
End of the story.
what?
My
That-
last name is Dutch.
That's your last name?
Yes.
I thought it was Williams for some reason.
Because I'm black.
Williams.
Chelsea Williams.
That's a good name.
I'm gonna say that sounds like a real person's name.
No, I need to find out who the hell gave me this last name because
Wait, we got really off tangent.
Yeah, we should bring it back
it
in.
was all race.
Yeah, we are discussing race
Like
still.
Rocky? Like what?
Sorry. That really threw me.
What were we
That
talking
was a
about?
live reaction to I love
What were we talking about? I forgot.
How
I
your
just
families would
literally
react
tried.
to you bringing
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
back to the discussion. So yeah, my grandmother threw a bitch fit when my mom and dad got
But she cool
together.
with you, right?
No.
Oh.
But you don't.
Wait, she's not.
Okay, but that goes into more part of it though.
Yeah.
My grandmother, okay, skin wise, my grandmother's okay with it. Ideology wise, I'm not okay with my grandmother. But like, I could literally, on my mom's side, trace back to my family actually fucking owning slaves. Like,
Make sure I'm not on your stuff.
like literally, so my family actually owned slaves, so
Is this on 4?
Yeah, it's okay.
Own the slave.
yeah, they own slaves.
Let's
Like,
let's not mention that part.
My great grandfather.
Who said they own the slaves? They beat the motherfuckers. The niggers.
He's like,
They beat the
Going those
niggers.
cotton mines.
My great grandfather. My great grandfather.
Them fucking niggers.
My great grandfather met my.
Whoa! Potty mouth!
Yo, guys, let me tell the story. So my great grandfather. My great grandfather met my dad.
Great grandfather met your dad.
Yeah, my great grandfather. Keep in mind the great. He's fucking old. He's like 90-something years old. He met my dad.
Wait, he was a slave owner?
He could have been maybe.
Great.
No,
is not that old.
No, he would have been in segregation.
That's not that old.
Yeah, no.
That's
90 years.
my
He's 90 years old.
great-granddad.
That's segregation era.
Yeah,
That's segregation.
Yeah.
So, like, dead ass, he saw my dad and he was trying to come in the house with my mom. He looked at my dad and said, "Get away from here." Like,
Yeah, you can't chase me.
so my dad went and got back to his car. My dad went back to his car, and I stayed with my dad. My brother and sister met my great grandfather. I didn't care for him.
That's their dad too?
That's your mom.
Yeah.
That's your mom's grandfather.
My mom's grandfather.
So how is it on your dad's side, like on the opposite side of the spectrum?
On my dad's side, they didn't care. They embraced my mom.
See? We
That's
love
fine.
everybody.
Yeah,
Until
I'm tired of black people.
no, they liked. Like my dad's side plays into the stereotype that they care about money a lot. So once my dad stopped sending money to them, they got mad at my mom.
That sounds
That
good.
is
So, on the other
Yeah,
end of
that's
this,
separate.
on the other end of the spectrum, my parents.
Yeah.
all right. This last thing, go.
I'll be
Last
quick.
thing.
So my parents actually care a lot who I bring home. They want her
Did you
to
bring home a white girl?
not yet.
So,
Biracial
Wait, aren't
in
you?
here.
Oh, wait.
I'm black. My parents want me to like marry a black girl.
I can see you with a nice Caribbean calm girl, like a calm.
No, she'd boss me
calm-
around.
What Caribbean girl
I
you
don't
want?
I said a nice
girl.
Caribbean
No,
calm girl.
there's no nice, calm Caribbean girl. All right,
I'm pretty sure you'll find one.
they will all control me. All right,
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Let them
controlled.
control you.
That's a problem.
The calm.
It will happen. It will happen. Because I'll be defiant, and then it'll lead something I don't want it to lead to. So I have no choice but to be.
And Kim and me walking around.
Like, hey, what you want, dear? You want that cocoa bread? All right, let's go. All right.
I hate him.
But yeah,
whole ass character.
but nah,
All right, well, what's your last point?
I brought home an Asian girl 3 years back, and mom like, yo, who teaching? Like, what?
I'm done.
And I was like, what? Whoa, she's not even Chinese. Whoa.
Wait.
It was, yeah.
Oh my
So I'll just say, so my ex-girlfriend, her name was Sandra, and she was Filipina, right?
You name dropping her on the
So you
fucking
was
got
saying
her
that,
name,
like-
her ethnicity.
I didn't say her whole name, so it's all
You
right.
might as well drop the last name.
Might as
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. There's a lot of Sandras in the world. We'll be all right. So,
It was Sandra Bullock.
Filipino.
so I brought her to my crib after a good year of dating her. So I'm like, all right, it's time to meet the family, you know? Yeah. So brought her over, thought everything was gonna be okay because I had no idea that this was a thing until she went to the bathroom. My mom said that, like, well, ching ching.
Okay, at least she had
Do your
the
parents have
decency.
an accent?
At least
Yeah,
she had
my mom
the
does,
decency to
yeah.
wait till she went to the bathroom.
Oh, I took your parents.
So my dad was That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, so
Okay, yeah.
my dad was like, "Yo, you better marry her. She got money."
Okay.
Okay, guys.
So, that's gonna be the end of it for today. Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.